I'll invite the panellists to make a few introductory remarks, and then we'll open the floor to all of you. So while you're listening to the comments of the panel, think about perhaps questions and reflections you might want to add. And I'd like to kick off with you, Chris. Chris Roberts, Vice Chair of the European Working Group of People with Dementia from Alzheimer Europe, which is a founding member of the European Patients Forum. Chris, how can we ensure the voice of people living with Alzheimer is heard within their representative organisations? And is there any good practice that you can share with us from Alzheimer Europe's work?
Oh yeah, absolutely. The European Working Group was launched by Alzheimer's Europe and member organisations in 2012. The group is composed entirely of people living with a dementia diagnosis, not all being Alzheimer's. There are over 200 causes that contribute towards the dementia syndromes, such as FTD, Lewy bodies, PCA, etc., etc. We are comprised as a group of a minimum of 10 people, all from different countries, to a maximum of 15 people. Alzheimer's Europe supports the travel, accommodation costs of the members and the supporters that accompany us. The working language is in English, and we are nominated by our national association members and associations, societies, to ensure that the activities, projects, meetings of Alzheimer's Europe reflect our priorities and our views, that the people with dementia that they're working for is included. The group operates independently, but with the help, support and facilitation from our two Alzheimer's Europe project leaders. These two ladies really get it. They understand what dementia is and how it impacts on our lives. We all together then look for solutions and not dwelling on the problems. Our membership elects their own chair, vice chair, and we set an agenda of activities for the current year. The chairperson also sits on the board of Alzheimer's Europe. This is full inclusion. It's fantastic. We actively participate in Alzheimer's Europe annual conference, but not just speaking at the conference. We chair breakout sessions. We design and hold our own symposium where all the group members have a voice, whether they have to be supported by ourselves and each other, sometimes in their own language if it's easier, and then another member will translate. This is all giving us a voice. We've given many presentations at European Parliament and contributed to consultations for different projects all over Europe. And other areas of the organisation's work as recognised experts by experience, because that's what we become. We also contribute to many external organisations as peer researchers and attend international events and give media interviews, not just in our own countries, but internationally. We show, or try to show, that there is a life after diagnosis and try to inspire others to come out, stand up and speak to change the lives of others, especially for those who do not communicate anymore. This collaboration really works and needs to be replicated, I think, across other patient groups to utilise the experience, the expertise. And then the group provides peer support for each other, which I think is invaluable. All this happens because we are enabled and not disabled. We are seen as people first. Our diagnosis does not define or label who we are. And all Alzheimer's Europe staff and the members treat us as full equals, and why not? The best thing of all, though, is when you see a member who previously had maybe lost their confidence, their value, and even lost themselves sometimes after diagnosis, mainly from the stigma that's out there, the lack of understanding, but then they begin to flourish and start to live again. And I think that's what's giving people a voice with Alzheimer's.
Thank you very much, Chris. Very powerful. Thank you. So let's